Good morning, everybody. So, I am on an adventure to finish books by people that are going to be at the Steamy Lit Con. So, I listened to Taj Mccoy's Savvy Sheldon Feels Good as Hell. I am still trying to figure out what I want to rate this, but I was listening to other reviews and it just put a fire under my belly because I don't want them to try to make this book something it wasn't trying to be. I watched one non POC review of this book, and she was going on about, oh, just trigger warnings, because this book will try to make you feel bad about being fat, and she's trying to get a revenge body, which is true. The first start of the book, she is trying to get a revenge body because her man dumps her. Who's a jerk, by the way. I wouldn't want him back, and I was getting upset with Savvy. Like, girl, why do you want this fool back? He don't feel you. He's not into you. He was using you, if you ask me. Complaining about you being successful. Like, come on. So I don't even know why she wanted to get him. But along the course of the way, she starts doing the workouts and everything for herself instead of for that man. And he keeps popping up to, like, that also annoyed me. He keeps popping up to remind you that, oh, he's here to put her down and say, oh, you try to work out, ha ha ha. Which is so stupid because you call somebody fat, and then when they try to start working out, you make fun of them because they're fat. Well, how else are they supposed to get thin? Not everybody's going to get lipo surgeries and BBL transfers. Some people do try to get rid of the weight the old-fashioned way, which Savvy was doing. So really, he looks stupid. I loved her friendship groups. In the beginning of this book, you know what it just reminded me of? It literally reminded me of Something New. You remember Something New with Sanaa Lathan, where she got that contractor rebuilding her house, because she also gets a contractor, Savvy, and he's rebuilding her house, and she thinks he's fine. He thinks she's fine. And, just like the end of Something New, except he's actually a black man, and she's curvy. They end up together, I believe. I don't know. But it starts off a slow incline. I loved her family, her mother, her uncle. I love how it talks about how she's been taught to work hard for everything she wants in life, but she realized that maybe it's time to get off the hamster wheel and enjoy her life instead of working it away. It also talks about how black women, especially curvy black women, will cover everybody else's work so that the department will still be on the upcline, but what that does to them, how that affects them. And so I really like those discussions in the book. Unfortunately, I think this is going to be my lowest rated Taj Mccoy so far. Because you know how much I love Zora Books and New, whatever that was. I loved it down. You saw my reactions to that. I also listened to Even If the Sky is Falling. At first I was confused, but after I realized all the stories which were made by different authors, by the way, were intertwined, I really enjoyed that book. This is so far my lowest rated book. It's about 2-3 stars, but the only reason it's that is because she's trying to get this revenge body, and I guess that would bother people. Another thing that bothered me is, like, your ex ain't even worth your time, and he keeps popping up in the book. Like, that was annoying. I don't understand that. And then the way you were treating the new guy, calling him homeless and everything. If you think he's so homeless, then why do you keep entertaining him? I guess Savvy was entertaining him because she felt scared, and she kept seeing him at night in the beginning, so she was like, oh, I don't want him to do nothing to me. But honey, in the words of Nicki Minaj, ain't no such thing as broken handsome. So why are you continuously talking to this dude? And then when you find out he wasn't homeless, you know what I'm saying? Like, girl, you acted kind of silly. I don't know. I find that I guess Taj McCoy's main characters be acting kind of silly and clueless, and I don't understand why that is. When when I think of these women, I don't think of them as they're in their 20s. I think like they're pretty established. So I don't know why they're acting so clueless. But yes, I still love the plus size rep. I don't think there's anything wrong with working out as a big girl because she found activities she liked to do that required a little movement. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think that's toxic because you know what? She found activities that she liked doing that just happened to include moving her body. Like, come on. I just feel like we live in a sensitive world, and that really made me upset. So what? She cleaned out her kitchen. Yeah, she wanted to get on a diet. Other than that crazy fool telling her to get on a diet or whatever, nobody else, none of her friends, none of her parents, nobody else was like, "Oh, you're fat as heck. You need to do something about it." Another thing I liked is like it's realistic. She wanted to take a vacation and everybody else was telling her she didn't have time to take a vacation. And even though that was negative that they were telling her that, she took it anyway. So I mean, the author is trying to let you know, in spite of what other people are telling you that you don't have time for self-care, you make time for self-care. As a plus-size black woman, you make time. You deserve rest. We're not in those Aunt Jemima days. You deserve some time off. You deserve to put that swimsuit on. If that makes you feel good as hell, you deserve to do it. That's what I got out the book. It was to show that the character is going to do what they want to do, regardless of what others are telling them. And then the fact that she stuck to her guns and said, "No, I'm taking this trip," instead of in the past life when she would let people make her second guess herself, and she would, "Oh yeah, you're probably right. There's a lot of fat people pleasing people in the world." And this character said, "Yeah, okay, but I'm still going to take this vacation." Even when she, it's talking about that work life balance. And she's like, "Oh, well, I was going to take this vacation, but since the work's falling behind, I'm not going to." Instead of thinking about what's best for her company, what's best for this, she thought about what made her feel good as hell. I just don't understand how people didn't get that out the book. That's what I got out the book. It wasn't the best book of Taj McCoy. I've read better, of course. Zora Books Anew. I like that one better. But it wasn't bad. And another thing I want to say, how come the UK covers look good as hell compared to the US covers? Come on now. Look at this UK cover. I want to buy that. That looks so cute. Anyway, that's my only gripe. I have to be going to across to go get to the book covers because they look way cuter than the US.